Okay. So today we are going to talk about some more important features in Azure Data Factory copy activity. Okay. So if you go and see any of the pipeline, okay. For example, if I just click on, this pipeline sales data, if I hit on the copy activity, you can see that we have couple of options. Today we are going to discuss about one of the options available in the sync. Okay, and that option is all about, if I expand this maximum row per file. Okay, and you can also see about this file extensions. Couple of times you got confused why this file extension additional things are coming. So if you put on this I icon, the file extension used to name the output file. So whatever output file you're generating, especially in case of ADLS Gen 2, right? It will be ignored if output file is configured. So I mean, if you have .csv file, you can put this as a .csv file. But if you have not, for example, if I click on this data set, right, there is a file a name option. So if you're putting any file name like sales.csv or revenue.csv, right, then definitely the file generated will be of .csv. But if nothing is mentioned, if you have only mentioned like sales, so it will take, the extension from your pipeline, whatever extensions you have given. Similarly, there is another option known as maximum row per file. Okay, what does it mean? So for example, in your source, okay, just a second, in your source, imagine you have 100 rows, 100 records are there, right? And these 100 records, for example, is having sales data, and this is your source. And you, if you have used this option, maximum rows per file, right? So let's suppose if I kept 10 inside this maximum rows per file, what is going to happen? Suppose I did this, right? So if I do this, then 100 rows will be divided into 10 different files. So earlier, if you keep this as a blank, okay, so it will not impose any restriction on top of this sync data set, right? So it will load entire 100 rows into the output file. Makes sense? But if you are keeping restriction of 10, right, what is going to happen? This will generate 10 different output files. For example, it will generate file 1, okay, and file 2, like that. Am I making sense? So it is generating 10 different files, and every file is containing 10 records, because 100 divided by 10 equals to 10. For example, if it is 105, imagine, then it will generate 10 files, and it will also generate 11th file with 5 records, remaining 5 records, right? So this is the concept. So let's see this feature. Okay, so I'm going to create this stuff quickly. I will hit on this new pipeline. Let me delete everything. So I can name this as PL underscore max row, right? Something like that in copy activity. So maximum row during copy activity. So what I'm going to do, I will drag and drop this copy data. Okay. Now let me produce some space. So I can click on the source. I can create a source data set. So I'm going to use ADLS Gen 2. And in that I'm going to use CSV format. Okay. So I'm not, okay, you can give any name. So let's select a file, and before selecting a file, let me see what I'm having a file inside my input one. This is sales for one CSV. So let's first see what is containing in this file. So if you go in this file, you can see there are how many entries. So first row is your header. Okay, and we have a data till 19th row, till 20th row. So in total we have 19 records, 1919. Making sense? Okay, so actual record is 19 and first row is header. Okay, so this functionality we are going to test using this file. So I just selected this file. Okay, not file, but I selected this folder. Okay, and let's select this file as well. No problem. Got it. So you can hit OK. So nothing to do any further changes in the source part. We can go to sync and let's select Gen 2 once again. And because CS source is a CSV, so sync should also be CSV. And here I'm going to select the link services. The path, let's select one of the folder, ABC output. This folder already contains so many files, so that's okay. So guys, this is very important. I mean, if we have to generate multiple files, right? Because this is the objective. So during this feature, our sales file contain 100 data. Right now in my case, it is containing how much data? It is containing first row as a header. Okay, and we have 19 records. Okay, and I'm going to choose an option of having this five records maximum row. So what it will do, it will first divide 19 with the 5. So it will, for 3 of the files it will be having 5 records each, and for fourth file, right, the next file, sorry, so next file it will be having how much record? 4 records, right? So it will be generating total 4 files as per my calculation. Okay, and therefore while selecting the container, you have selected the container, but you are not going to give any file name. You are not selecting any file name because there is not only one file. On runtime it will decide how much file it is going to generate, and it will give a by default name and in this stage, right? Okay, so I'm going to put none as an option because I'm using a sync, so no need to import the schema. So first row is header, obviously. Then I will go inside this, and we can see, you can see the maximum rows per file. Okay, so if you put on this cursor, you can see that when writing data into a folder, you can choose to write to multiple files and specify maximum row per file. Okay, so here you are specifying maximum row per file. So if I want to make it 5, right, then this option comes, right? And obviously I can put extension as CSV just for sake of my convenience. Okay, so I'm good with it. Now I can hit on debug. Let's see. So it's started. Okay, this is succeeded now. Now we can see the log. So you can see there are 19 records written. So let's check the output. So this is our input container, input one. This is the file we are going to transfer, and we can see our folder, output folder is ABC output. You can see in today's date how many files are generated. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is the extension, you can say sales data underscore 2024. Okay, sorry, not this one, this is the latest one. Sales file 1 underscore 4 times 0, 4 times 0 1, 4 times 0 2, and 4 times 0 3, right? If you hit on this, correct, you can see there are How many entries? Four entries are there. One, two, three, five entries are there. Okay. Yeah, because we have selected five option, right? So this is also having five entries. So last one would be containing only four entries. So directly jump to the last one. So if I hit on edit, it contains four entries, right? So this is how your 19 records is getting generated. Now in the same one, we will see the other options. The other options, if you see just below of this one, maximum row per file, we have something known as file name prefix, right? The reason is because you can see that right now the file name is by default coming as sales file one because we have not given any prefix name. Okay, so imagine if I give this prefix name, what is going to happen? So I'm giving like data sales, something like that, correct, as a prefix, data sales. But what it is saying, see this exclamation sign, it says that file name prefix is supported only when source is tabular or hierarchy type dataset. It means this will not support your CSV dataset or any file type dataset. It should be a table, not a file. Okay. So for example, if you're selecting for a CSV file as a source, this you cannot add the prefix. System will add the prefix by themselves. Okay. And if I talked about table, then we have to use the tabular, data set. And we don't have a tabular data set. We only have a tabular data set, which is SQL DB right now. In SQL DB, the data is stored in tables. So with no partition option enabled, and there should be no partition also because entire data should be there, right? So we cannot use this feature right now. But if I have to do that, what I should do, I should change the source. I should cross this. And I can do that with the help of SQL DB. So if I go to the SQL DB, I can see some of the tables I can pick. So you can see this is the table which I can pick, right? This is actually the same table which was available just now. We extracted the data out of this, right? So I'm going to do the same one. So if I go and select the entries over here, select a star from, you can say like sales file one CSV, something like that. Okay, I will run this. So this is the same table. If you want to check the count, okay, then you can see, oh, this is 39 entries. Maybe there are some duplication of the stuff, but it's okay, no problem. We can even try for this 39. We will put 10 as a count, maximum row count. Okay, this time. So if we do that, first of all, we have to change our source data set. Is that right? So how we can change the source data set? So this time I'm going to change this with SQL DB. Okay, and we can select our link services as SQL, and in this table has to be selected because we are pointing to this table only, right? And this having 39 records. So that's it, and I'm not going to okay, I will hit on OK, right? So table name is there, everything is fine. Now we can go to sync is already there. I'm not going to change the sync. Okay, and instead of you just hit on this. Once again, you can see that your ABC output is the target container. Okay, and you are not going to give any file name, but here, okay, that's it. If you go to sync, you are putting, now this time put 10 because the number of records are how much? 39. So let's put it 10, and I'm adding this file name prefix. Okay, and let's see what is going to happen this time. I will hit on debug, and this time it has not produced any issue. Now it's running. So it is succeeded. So we can again check our output container. This is our output container. I am going to refresh this once again, and we can see. This is these are three files generated, and it is added with the prefix is added, the name which I have given, like data sales underscore 000. If you want to just check, go to edit, and you can see this, right? So we have entered 10 records. So this contains 10 records. The second one should also contain 10 records. This is also containing 10 records, and this time it should containing 9 records. Okay, fine. So 1, 2, 3. These contain 30 records, and last one contain 9 records. So total is 39. So this is done. So today we have checked both the options of maximum row plus how to add prefix, file name prefix option. Okay, and what is the use of this file extensions. Okay,